Good day everyone, we are the Group 2 and this is the continuation of the report of the Group 1, Learning to be a Better Student. The parts of the brain involved in learning. Each and every time we learn something new, our brain forms new connections and neurons and makes existing neural pathways stronger or weaker. What happens in the brain during learning? Humans have the capacity to learn new skills and adapt to new environments. Development and learning are powerful agents of change throughout one's life that induce structural and functional plasticity in the neural systems of the brain. At any age, picking up a new ability has a distinct and noticeable effect on your brain, which science now understands quite well. Your brain changes forever when you learn anything new. Neurons, information messengers. They communicate between various brain regions and between the brain and the rest of the nervous system through electrical impulses and chemical signals. These signals travel fast, often in only fractions of a second, and many of the signals are sent without the brain being aware of the action. Your brain will continue changing right up until the end of your life, and the more you learn along the way, the more your brain will change and the more plastic it will be. The process of neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain to change throughout one's life. When you're learning, important changing takes place in your brain, including the creation of new connections between your neurons. This phenomenon is called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity occurs through cellular changes due to learning and memorizing, but also within large-scale changes of cortical remapping in response to injury. Neurogenesis of brain cells can take place in certain locations of the brain, such as the hippocampus, the olfactory bulb, and the cerebellum. This process involves the addition of new neurons, new interconnections between neurons, and the reorganization of information processing areas. The ability of the brain to change happens in two ways. It could be through an increase in the number of synapses between neurons or a change in the function and structure of the neurons.
Now let us proceed to the orientation of the left and the right brain. Our brain has two sides which are known as hemispheres. The left hemisphere controls the right side of your body. It deals with logical thinking and linguistic functions, while the right hemisphere controls the left side of your body that deals with the things such as imagination, spatial orientation, and intuition. The left brain is known for its skills such as analytics, logical thinking, detail and fact-oriented, numericals, and likely to think in words. On the other hand, right brain is also known for its skills, and these are creativity, free thinking, able to see the big picture, and intuitive, likely to visualize more than think in words. Now let us move on our next topic, the metacognition and self-regulation in learning. Learning to be a better student involves recognizing the factors and developing strategy that contribute to learning, such as metacognition and self-regulation. Metacognition. This is the consciousness of the mind and strategies that are used for learning. It is simply defined as cognition or thinking about thinking. According to psychologist John Flavel of Lye 2011, he identifies that two components of metacognition, and these are metacognitive knowledge and metacognitive regulation. Metacognitive tasks and knowledge includes one's own cognitive abilities, knowledge of cognitive tasks, and knowledge of the strategy to complete the cognitive tasks. Metacognitive regulation refers to the conscious of the individual. Metacognitive regulation refers to the conscious of an individual, monitors and controls his or her cognitive process. The second one is self-regulated learning, or the SRL. Zimmerman defined that SRL is a process in which the student systematically direct the thoughts, feelings, and actions towards the attainment of their academic goals. It is also the process of evaluating one's learning and behavior. And it is also a process which hereby the students to transform mental abilities into academic skills. We may also add that this is a clinical process in which the students plan for a task, monitors his or her performance, and reflects on the outcome. And lastly, it is also a student's preparedness to use his or her reflections to adjust and prepare for the next task.
Three essential components of self-regulated learning. Number 1 is planning. It increases efficiency, control, and motivation. In order to assist students' strategy from the start, students are urged to create a plan before they begin work on a task. Although some students might perceive this as going backward, it will ultimately end energy more effectively. Number 2 is problem solving. This allows students to learn to think and look for solutions when faced with adversities. Problem solving is a learning method to use to provide context and motivation in solving a problem. According to Chuwatan and Liu, the process of forming problem solving in students is based on 4 important stages, including problem solving, problem analysis, discovery and reporting, and evaluation to find solutions. Number 3 is self-evaluation. This increases self-awareness that leads to the better understanding of one's own emotions, strengths, and weaknesses. Number 3 is self-evaluation. This increases self-awareness that leads to the better understanding of one's own emotions, strengths, and weaknesses. Self-evaluation is a process comprising self-judgments of present performance and self-reaction to these judgments.
Good day, I'm Janice from Group 2, and I'm going to share the general benefits of metacognition and self-regulation in learning. So here are some of the examples of the benefits. First, we have increase students' knowledge and understanding of different subject matters. Second, help students understand the kinds of information they need to successfully solve a problem in school. Third, help students choose the most appropriate and useful learning strategies to improve their learning capabilities. Fourth, help students organize daily tasks in school. Fifth, help students identify strengths and weaknesses in their academic performance. Sixth, to allow students to learn ideas from others such as their teachers and fellow students. 7. Allow students to give and receive feedback in their own thinking and performance. 8. Develop students' autonomy and control. 9. Improve students' academic performance and help them become successful. Last but not the least, number 10. Develop students' high sense of self-efficacy and self-esteem. Well, to summarize, it's to provide students with specific methods for organizing, tracking, and evaluating their knowledge to encourage them to think more, specifically about their own learning. And now we have how to develop metacognitive and self-regulated learning behaviors. First, set short and long-term academic objectives for your study. Second, identify the negative as well as the positive outcomes when you achieve them or did not achieve them. Third, consider and select approaches to help you reach your goals, including maintaining concentration, avoiding interruption, and of course, mastering the time management techniques. Fourth, monitor your academic performance and progress. For example, use charts. And when faced with challenging work, ask for help from others when you need it. Seek motivation to keep working toward your academic objectives. Always keep your goals in mind and keep working for the future when faced with challenges. Fifth, reflect on what you have learned and accomplished. Remember, you can strengthen your flaws and overcome your strengths through reflecting. That's all. Thank you.